welcome to our live soaping event today. This will be so much fun. Look what I've been doing. I've been filling out my book because I'm getting better at writing now. And these are the soaps we've made these past few weeks. These are all the soaps I've made since my arm's been better. And here's today's soaps. I've got some basic notes down, and I'll be filling this out with all the rest of the info after we're done making the soap. I know I'm kind of cheating a little bit because I'm recording it and going back and writing it in. But the book is available up on Amazon. It is also a digital download on the website. So go grab it. It is a wonderful journal for keeping track of all of your wonderful soapy successes and, more importantly, your soapy failures so you can learn from them. That is where we learn the most. Speaking of which, I had some issues with that indigo soap, and we're going to talk way more about that in the Always Indigo Masterclass Live update. That's next week. This Wednesday, we're doing the 1-year color update for the Blush and Roses Masterclass. Oh, so exciting. Members have access, as well as anyone that's purchased lifetime access to the course. That's all up on the site, but let's get to soaping. So today we are doing a calendula infused soap, and I thought we'd strain the calendula together. Kind of made a little bit of mess of the calendula. So I'm adding calendula 2 ways. First, let me tear that out. And the first way is that lovely photo. That was the cover for this event. Is I have this calendula infusion. Now, I made this back in February and had another plan for it, but by the time it was ready, broke my arm, so I haven't been able to use it. So this might be a little tricky, but okay, we're gonna work through this together here. What I've done, let's see if I want you to, can you? Okay, there, you can see my weight here. So I'm going to tear this out with the bowl on it. Then I'm putting the strainer on it, and I'll be pouring through the strainer, and then I can just lift the strainer up to see exactly how much oil I have in there. That was a little bit confusing for me some of the first times I was doing some straining. So I actually think I need to turn this like this. Okay, but see, it has some weight on there, but that's just the strainer. So here we go. I am doing, this is my go-to vegan palm-free but coconut oil-free recipe. So a bit of a modification on that. And 60% of my oil is this infusion here. And I'm just trying to get more to strain through without pouring it out. That's why I got my hand down here. So a lot of the oil is going to be up in the botanical, so we'll have to press some out. But I'm trying not to make too much of a mess, just so I don't have to clean it with you. Okay, now I'm gonna just kind of wiggle my fingers in here, and I'm gonna kind of squeeze. So I have a lot of botanical in here, which means there's a lot of oil captured in the botanical. And I might end up topping this off with a little bit of uninfused oil, simply so I don't have to make such a big mess while we're soaping together here. But you can let this kind of drip and strain, and you can press out quite a bit, but you do lose some oils. So I had, I think it was 700 grams of oil in here when I started the infusion, and I'm about 620. So I'm losing about, what, 11% of the oil in the infusion. I think I did that math in my head right. Now, I could get more out of this, but I'd have to do some extra pressing and more time, so I think we're pretty much close enough. Okay, so that says I have 645, but I don't, see? I have 613.5 grams in there and one very oily glove. Let's hope that doesn't, I think I'm gonna wash this off real quick so I don't drop anything. Just a little hand washing over here. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. All right. So isn't that beautiful? That'll also give us an opportunity to see what the color difference is. Let me snag here's just a little white bowl, and I'm gonna pour some of the olive oil. So this is, there, you see the difference in the color? There's a little bit of color from the calendula infusion in there. All right, let's see if that's probably not enough. Pour that in there. I need a smidge more. Okay. I need 660. Like I said, this is 60% of my recipe. Bit over, but that is okay. I am soaping at a 6% super fat. So a little extra is no harm. All right, so now that that's done, I've pre-measured and I've warmed up my other oils. They're 130 degrees. I'm just going to add these to this. And like I said, you can get the full recipe for this with a couple of other modifications over on soapyfriends.com. It's the coconut oil-free recipe. And I think I've mentioned this quite often. It's one of my most popular ones. And I do a lot of my custom orders with it. Okay, because those who want coconut oil free typically have some sort of allergy. So they really appreciate being able to customize what's in it. Now, I'm also going to add the lavender essential oil, but I warmed it up a bit because this is high oleic acid, which means it's going to take a long time to go to a trace. I also have a higher water to lye ratio than normal. I think I'm about 1.5 to 1. I could look, but we're just going to move on. There, I want to take, so cool temperature is only 96. So I probably should have warmed that up a bit more. I think I'm going to. This won't fit in the microwave, so I'm going to pour a smidge of it off. I could just soap in the smaller bowl, but it's a little hard for me to pour from it still. So I'm using my pitcher with the big handle. Okay, let's just warm that up a bit more. I had it sitting on a heating pad thinking that'd be enough. If I had full both arms, I would have just used one of my metal pitchers and put that on the heating, my hot plate. Love, love, love being able to do that. But being able to pour is more important right now. So we'll just let that should be warm up in a minute. Okay, so the other way we're adding calendula to this is, see, I just got one of my groovy little beakers and I put some calendula in there and I blitzed it with my stick blender, you know, to kind of powder it. You can also process it through, a lot of times I just put a bunch of it in a blender and usually keep a bunch of ground calendula around. So I like to grind it up before I add it. See if that was only a 30-second burst. I'm gonna do it again. We're at 136 there. Let's see what else. I think I've gone over everything with you. So we've got our infused and strained oils. We added our essential oils. We can go ahead and add those in. Okay. And unlike last week, I will not forget to add the sodium hydroxide. Hi, Erica. Hi, Annie. Hi, Regina. Good to see y'all. Thanks for popping in. Got any questions, just let me know. Oh, while that's finishing warming up, oh, just beach. So we're pouring these in a pipe mold. I've already got that lined. For members, go pop over to the site and look at the whiskey soap tutorial. And you'll be able to see how I line my pipe molds. That should be fully public, I think next month. Okay, let's see what our temps are here. 164, I think that'll be good. So I'm wanting like at least 120. And I just cooled that all down by adding it to the kind of warmer oils. Okay, let me give a little stir. Let me check temps. All right, we're 118 and I wanted like 120. There was a 119. Okay, I'm gonna call it good and we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna close the microwave because it was gonna drive me a little nuts being left open out of the corner of my eye there. All right, let's make some soap, my friends. So here's sodium hydroxide. And like I said, I added additional water to this. So I'm at approximately, I think it's 1.5, it might be 1.8. I set this up last night. So I'm just gonna pour it down in. So I got my spatula just a smidge under the oils. And did you know why soapers do this? They do it to avoid, well, one, to avoid splashes. You don't want your sodium hydroxide splashing around. But also this prevents little micro bubbles from water splashing into liquid. Because you're pouring this directly onto the surface of the oils. If you didn't have your stick blender, however, just like a drop swirl, the higher up you are, the deeper down it's going to go. So by putting your stick blender or your spatula up against the surface of the oils, you're just pouring it onto the surface so that you don't have any micro bubbles pop in on you while you're pouring it in. Plus splashes, avoiding splashes. Okay. Getting a couple things out of my way just for my own sanity. All right, yes, we have everything in here. And our temps. Hi, Kimberly. Okay, see, we're down to about 100 degrees here. But let's get some friction in there to warm things up. Okay. Just burp in the stick blender. Check me out. I'm really excited about the progress on my hand. Sorry, I keep mentioning it, y'all, but it's thrilling. It really is. Yeah, last week I could not hold a stick blender and push a button. I could do one or the other. And look at that. Look at that progress. We're going to be making so much soap. So I'm still seeing, I mean, it looks lovely, right? It looks like I have emulsion, but I still see against the edge here, oil separating out. So I still have my stick blender well submerged, but I pushed it up against the side and I'm bringing it up. So I can just encourage that other oil that I'm seeing on the sides to get mixed in. Kind of like when you're using a stand mixer and you want to scrape down your sides, you can also just stop and scrape down your sides which I need to do. I wore my hand out already. Okay. If you want to know how far up you're holding your stick blender, just push it against the side. And I know you can't see because it's on the side here, but I can see the stick blender through this pitcher. This is just a Rubbermaid pitcher that I picked up on sale at a local grocery store like 10 years ago. I think I spent like a whole $1 on it. And it is the PP5, so it's life safe. This is the 2 quart, and the other one I think is a gallon, but I have 2 of each. And I used to soap out of these all the time. That did trace up quite nicely. Look at that. I think, let's see if I can get just a smidge of a thicker trace. The thicker the trace, the less likely you are to have ash start to develop. And with this high oleic recipe, it can get pretty ashy, especially since I need the higher water content. So I have the higher water content on it because low water content, so my standard 1-to-1 with this recipe makes for the crumbliest soap ever. It's near impossible to get a good cut out of it. The edges are going to crack and break. It's just kind of a mess. Oh, that looks much better. Just a little bit more. So that's why I add the extra water to this one. We should totally do a series on water content in soaps and water replacements. Maybe that's what we'll do in next quarter's members. Hi Petra, hi Joy. All right, that's it. We're done. We have a nice trace on there. Everything's well mixed in. Yeah, you can see the trace. All right, I'm gonna pour it in. Now, this is not gonna fill the pipe mold all the way, but I already had it lined. And there's some tips for lining it in that whiskey soap tutorial. So I'm just gonna, can I help you see, pour it in a little bit more? Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, so here's the seam, and I'm just gonna keep my finger there, and in we go. In we go. I think this will fill it up about halfway-ish. Ta-da! Okay, now I've got it, yeah, a little over halfway. We got to about, yeah, about, I'm gonna say it's about 2/3 of it. Yeah, but this is, oh, I think I have a total of 1,100 grams of oils, and these are the custom orders I do, and that's based on that that small basic 1,400, 1,500 total weight that Amazon mold, you know. And I do all my custom orders in that, unless they want these round soaps, or they could also pick to do like the elephants and stuff like that. But that's how I base the amount of soap. So you end up with about 9 to 10 bars, you know, depending. I think the elephants come out a little more. There's our soap. So another thing I need to do with this recipe is I do need to make sure I insulate it. And when you're only pouring one pipe like this, or any smaller amount like this, you don't have enough mass to keep it self-insulated. So I'm going to do a couple of things here, and one of them I'm going to do off camera. I think, I don't know. Okay, this is what I'm going to do to insulate this sucker. So I can't do my little cafeteria tray trick, right? Because it's tall, skinny pipe mold. So one, this will just help keep the heat in. I just put a little bit of cling wrap on there. And let's see if I can reach all the way over and get this plugged in. I think I'm going to end up getting my other heating pad too. These don't quite reach all the way around the molds. But I'm just gonna put my heating pad up here. And, oh, you know what? Let me grab a piece of tape. I love this stuff, by the way. It's from Eco Enclose. It's totally compostable. And look, you can just rip it. You don't need a little tape dispenser thing. So yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with this. Let's see if I got enough. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna put that on there. Oh, looky there, see? There we go. Happy little mold. All right, we're done. We made soap. Yay. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you all for joining me. This was super fun. And I love the speckles and the hints of yellow from the calendula all throughout this bar. Be sure to hit the subscribe, like, follow, bell, all that good stuff down below here over on YouTube. And I'll see you for the next live Soapy session over on Facebook at my Soapy Friends. And you can also join me for members exclusive content in the Best Friends Club. You can get more info on that over at my site, soapyfriends.com. Hope to see you all soon, and happy soaping.